Good morning, my friends. So it is 5:30 a.m. and Eastern time, and for some reason I cannot sleep anymore. So let's get some coffee and show you my trading station. Hello everyone, Carlos here with Bearwood Traders, and in this video I want to give you a quick tour of my trading room and kind of show you what I'm working with when it comes to trading and what I have found to be really productive for me, not just in trading but also in other personal stuff that I do when it comes to computer work or anything like that. So let's show you around. So first, this is my trading room, and as you can see I have two different setups in here. I have my trading station, which is made up of 3 monitors, and over to the right side of that I have a MacBook Pro on a stand-up desk with 1 monitor, and that is really where I spend most of my time, right? So I used to do all my work, my personal stuff in one setup, and I found it to not be the best ideal way for me to kind of get work done, because I'll get very distracted with, you know, looking at the charts because they're literally sitting right there in front of you. And a few times I have actually taken trades outside of my time frame just because something looked good, or I was hearing something over in the chat room or in the news and I say, oh, let me see what's going on, let me pull up that ticker. Next thing you know, I'm trading this stock at 2 in the afternoon, when that is really way out of my time frame from trading based on my trade book. So this has eliminated that, because once I'm done trading and I have to stay on the computer, I just move over to this computer here, and I have found it also to be very helpful to stay focused. There's a few things you can personalize in trading as far as selecting a strategy and what strategies work for you, and selecting your trading station is part of that personalization that's going to make it unique for you as a trader. So don't feel the need to have the same setup as anybody else. Try different things from that you see from other people, and then make a decision on what really works for you. Obviously on my setup I have a lot of streaming equipment. You do not need such a powerful computer when it comes to trading. Now if you're doing other things that require more power and you need a more powerful graphics card, then you might want to, you know, beef up on that. But for the most part, these trading software are very light, especially Daytrading Pro. They're very good on how much bandwidth they use. So on my trading desk, this is the gamepad that I use for entries and exits. So this thing has a couple of hotkeys in here, you know, long, partial, short, cover, and cover all, right? So those are my basic hotkeys. I have some other ones on here as well. For example, this red button here closes out any open position, so that's kind of like my escape panic button, so I'll hit that if anything happens there. This thing is really old. I actually got this back when I was like 18, 19 years old. Pretty good stuff. There's some newer ones out there. For example, Norm has one that's pretty new, very similar to this one that he also uses for entries and exits. Now don't get me wrong, you can use your keyboard as well. Like the same key mappings that I have here are also on my keyboard. So I'll have, for example, shift 1, shift 2, shift 3, you know, go long, partial, and cover. These are really good when I'm traveling and I'm using a laptop. I have the same keys that I keep across the board. It is just easier to have it on a keypad, because what it allows me to do is I don't have to look down. I know where the key placements are, so I can focus on the charts and I don't have to really look down when I'm going to hit a key. You know, instead of a keyboard, sometimes I got to look down to make sure I'm actually on shift 1 or shift 2. With this one, you know it by memory, so it's very easy to just place your hand and execute any order that you need to. I also have a stream deck, which the main purpose of that is for when we're streaming the pre-market show. I tried using it for placing orders on Daytrading Pro. I personally did not like the way the buttons were when you hit them. If you don't hit them all the way down, you might actually get in a trade. So it's a little funky when it comes to that, and I just didn't like the way that felt. And also the hand placement is not comfortable as it is on the gamepad. My hand is just resting on here, very comfortable, and I know where the key placements are. With the stream deck, you kind of have to look down a little bit, because you know you really need to see what key am I actually pressing. So again, this is just more convenient for me. All this is connected to a custom built PC, which is running a very powerful graphics card, 2070 RTX, and the reason I have all that power is really for the streaming side of it, right? It's not for trading. So the streaming software does take up a lot of bandwidth. Also being able to share all these screens during the pre-market show and other live shows require powerful PC. I just want to clarify that you do not need this to be able to day trade. You know, this is more for streaming, and I'm also using it for trading. PC is powering 3 27-inch monitors from LG, 4K resolution, which is pretty neat, and you can kind of see things very clearly. So big difference between, you know, the 1080 stuff I was using before to now the 4K. When I was getting started in trading and I just finished Andrew's book, I wanted to give Daytrading Pro a shot, right? I was using Thinkorswim before that. As you can see my setup here, it was with my 2 monitors from my job and my MacBook Pro, I was running Daytrading Pro through Parallels. So what I always tell traders is when you get started, try to use whatever equipment you have. Do not go buying new equipment to get started. You can get started right away with the system you have right now. You are not going to need a lot of bandwidth or a powerful computer. And if you have a Mac already, there's no need to go buy a new PC just yet. You can start running Parallels or any other software that allows you to run Windows so you can get Daytrading Pro installed. Again, so it's very simple. The biggest mistake people make sometimes, they want to get the perfect setup or a powerful machine to get trading started. And really the most important thing is to get started right away with the process of learning with whatever equipment you have right now without spending any money. What you're also going to find is my system has changed quite a bit over the years. During my training period, I learned on this setup with 2 monitors and a laptop. End of 2017, after like 7 months of simulation, I started building my computer to get ready to go live in 2018. The 6 monitor setup is great because you have a lot of screen real estate, and more important about the screen real estate, it allows you to kind of assign monitors for different things, right? So I was able to have a chat room on one monitor. I was able to have, the scanners on a different monitor, and then the other 4 were using all Daytrading Pro. So it's very organized. The biggest con with having 6 monitors is the amount of cables you have to manage. Now keep in mind, I had all these monitors on a stand-up desk, which is this one right here, and you also had to make sure that all the cords were able to reach the bottom, and if you dropped it down, you wanted to make sure the cables were not, hitting your legs or anything, or hanging out all over the place. So there's a bit of a challenge when it comes to cable management. Just to power the monitors alone, you're looking at 6 power cords, and then you're looking at 6 HDMIs, right? I had 2 graphics cards that could support 4 monitors each, and I was able to power up all 6 monitors. But man, the setup is not pretty, and if every time we had to move or do something, it was just very, very painful. It does have its benefits because you can organize things pretty good. Also keep in mind the weight that it puts on your desk. If you have a stand-up desk, it's a lot of weight, so you want to make sure that your desk is strong enough to be able to carry that weight up and down if you do have a stand-up motorized desk. I traded with 6 monitors for about a year and a half, maybe a little bit more. But then as you get more effective as a trader, you realize what you need and what you really do not use, right? So when you first start out, you're trying different things, and then when you fine-tune your trading, you realize I don't really need this information. I'm not using this watch, so I'm not using the level 2 on every single 5-minute charts that I'm watching. So you kind of start fine-tuning things to make it your own, and I realized that with 3 displays I can actually cover all the information I need, right? Now they're 27-inch monitors, which allow me to have a little more space than the 24-inch monitor, but with 3 monitors was the real sweet spot for me. So I changed my setup to 3 monitors, and this has been like this for some time now, and it's really, I think, the sweet spot. Originally I had these 3 monitors sitting on my stand-up desk, but found myself wanting to separate the trading and work more on my MacBook Pro and have an entire separate setup that's not surrounded by monitors and screens staring at me when I just want to use 1 monitor. So this simple setup here has been a game changer. It is 1 monitor. I got my speakers on there. I have my MacBook Pro, which I love to work out of. Since I spend more time here after the trading is done, I took the stand-up desk for this station, and then I found an old desk that was hanging out in our basement, which is this one here. It's pretty banged up. I think I had this desk for years, so I did not really want to buy a new desk, and so I figured out that I really wanted this setup for my trading room. Now here's the one pro that I love about having an old desk. After using it for a couple of months, I love that desk. I mean, it is a carefree desk. I don't have to worry about where I put my cup. It doesn't have to have a coaster, and there's not this care that you have to have when you have a very expensive desk. So I kind of enjoy that. So I am not going to buy a new desk at all. I'm going to keep this one here. It is so old that I actually have to put some wood support in the back so it's not as wobbly, a little more sturdy, and cut out some places to be able to connect some of my lights. But even with all that, it is an amazing desk, and I'm really enjoying having a desk like this. So if you have an old desk and before you buy a new one, give that old desk a shot and see if it works out for you. I mean, trading is so stressful, and you have a desk here that's kind of carefree, so kind of maybe that provides you some balance in your trading. I don't know, but it's working out. That's pretty much it, guys. This is my trading room. I found a way to have a system that works for me, that's very efficient, and that is what you have to do. Do not be afraid to change things around. I know it's a pain to take things down, move things around, and try new stuff, but find out what works for you and feel comfortable wanting to come into your trading station. Trading is very stressful, so having things that are unique to you that can make you comfortable, like your trading station, are extra bonuses that are going to help you out a lot in your trading. You don't want to come into a station where you're like, what the hell's going on? around, where's this, where's that. You know, you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that your trading station, your trading room is allows you to kind of focus on getting the job done, and that's what this trading room does for me. Hopefully this video was able to give you some ideas to try, and the most important thing to keep in mind as you're getting started is start with what you have. You do not need the perfect computer or the perfect setup. Just get started with what you have. You can always change things down the line by upgrading or making changes that are going to be more personal to your environment. So let me know in the comments below where you are in your stage. Have you found your perfect trading setup, or are you still in the beginning stages trying to figure things out? So we'd love to hear from you, but more importantly, I would like to see your trading setup. So the way you could do that is, you know, tag me on my Twitter account. The handle is right here, Carlos N BBT, and just take a picture, video of your trading setup, and I would love to see what you're working with. Guys, thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't done so already. I will see you in the next video, but for now, happy trading.